Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're standing. So the God of War Trilogy Remake has been announced and everybody's been throwing their 2 cents in there. And today I would like to talk about what I would like to see, what I don't want to see, and what I think we're going to be getting. My name is Isaac, and if you want to hear more of my stories, be sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's continue. First things first, the camera. In the original Greek trilogy, the camera was a fixed angle in the style of Devil May Cry or in Resident Evil, which really gave the game a sense of like atmosphere and dread throughout your entire runtime. Moving into the Norse Saga, we go into a third-person over-the-shoulder camera, which gives a much more cinematic look to things. And I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy this camera angle as well, but it's not what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we're going to be getting something a little bit in the middle, kind of like in Devil May Cry 5, where there are certain areas in the level that will be fixed camera angles, but in other areas you will be able to control your camera and move it around and pivot. So like that, we're getting a happy middle ground. I don't think that's what we're going to be getting, but I hope that's what we're going to get, and I'll get into why I don't think we'll be getting that camera later on in the video. Number 2, please stick to levels. I do not want an open world. I do not want a hub world. Please keep it linear with levels like the trilogy. And I do believe that we're going to be sticking to the original gameplay, the original concepts, levels, not a hub world and not an open world. They don't want to have to build an entire Greek era from the ground up. You know, by having it more linear, it would save quite a bit of development time, which is why I believe they will be sticking to levels and not giving us an open world or a hub world like in Ragnarok or in 2018. Topic 3, adding / retconning. Now I know a lot of people are going to tell themselves and they're going to tell me, no, you got to stick 100% to the original script, don't change a single thing. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to be changing quite a few things. I think they're going to be adding things, and I think they're going to be removing things. They're probably going to remove the sex minigames. I'm warning you, it's probably going to get removed. My biggest thing is Deimos. I think they might do something a little bit extra with Deimos, Kratos' brother. I don't know if you guys know this, but he was supposed to be in the original trilogy. He was going to be one of the bosses in God of War 3, but for whatever reason, that was cut out. Now, with the recent release of God of War, Sons of Sparta, once again bringing Deimos into the spotlight, I could definitely see Santa Monica do some retconning to bring Deimos closer to the franchise so that we'd have more things to discover. Because I mean, Deimos is essentially like Raditz, right? He is the brother of the protagonist, has all the same potential as the protagonist, but was just completely wasted. Deimos is essentially locked on the PSP, and if you don't have the PSP or have a copy of the game on PS3, that boss fight and that story is essentially just locked to the ages, stuck on PlayStation 3. Only extras that we're getting is in Sons of Sparta, which is why I think it would actually be an excellent addition for them to retcon certain things and to add Deimos to the Greek trilogy. 3, I want to see quality of life improvements from the third installment implemented in the first and second God of War. What do I mean by that? Well, let me tell you. So, in God of War 3, you get 4 weapons, and each weapon is associated with one magic type. When you switch weapons, you switch magic type immediately. Quality of life. That is not the same thing for God of War 1 or God of War 2. Another example, the weapon switching in God of War 3. If you press, I believe, L1 and X, L1 and X, you will immediately switch to the next weapon while doing an attack, whether you're in the air or on the ground. And that definitely is a great quality of life feature that I would like to see implemented in the second and in the first game, because those features are nowhere to be seen. 5, I want to see one mega-sized game. That is my dream. I would like to be able to play the story of God of War 1 all the way till the end of God of War 3. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Is it what I want? 100%. This is a hill that I'm willing to die on. However, if I'm being honest, I think that we're going to get something a little bit more akin to what they did with the Devil May Cry HD collection, where you're going to boot the game up. You'll be greeted with a menu where you'll be able to select which game you wish to play. Also, given the fact that the original Greek trilogy runs between 6 to 10 hours per game, you could easily make one full 30-40 hour game. It could happen. Y'all just gotta believe. Number 6. For the love of God, for everything that is good in the world, do not do the one take thing again. It was cool in 2018. It lost its fire in Ragnarok. It is not needed in the remake. Please. Okay? Please. I've seen the cutscenes. Very cool. Very, very Birdman. I get it. You guys are a fantastic studio. But my request to Santa Monica is please remember, you guys are making a video game, not a movie. I'm here to play games, not watch movies. And you guys kind of forgot that during Ragnarok. You guys started losing the plot during 2018, but y'all really drank the sauce when you guys got to Ragnarok. And I'm not here for it. I think the majority of the God of War community is not here for it. I do see you guys doing the same thing with Sons of Sparta, where it's very, very story heavy and the gameplay is going to be penalized for that. I'm going to talk about Sons of Sparta in another video. But please, please, please remember, the God of War franchise has been about the combat first, story second. And I feel like you guys want to pivot, go in a different direction, and that's okay. If you guys want to be story first, that's cool. Do not let your combat suffer for it. That's what's not cool. Y'all can have an amazing story while keeping the combat feeling fresh and amazing like in the previous games. You guys do not have to make your combat suffer to make a good story. Remember, it is the hardcore fan base, it's the hardcore players that kept the God of War series alive so that the masses can now enjoy it today. Number 7, I want to see RPG elements implemented in the game. And yes, I know I can already hear the people getting angry about it. But listen, I really enjoyed the RPG elements in Ragnarok, and I would like to see them implemented in the Greek saga. I would like some very, very light RPG elements. I'm not talking about having different spells you can equip or different variations of the Blades of Chaos or things like that. I'm talking about light RPG mechanics, just like in Ragnarok, just like in 2018, where they're doing small stat increases, or maybe like, oh, when you dodge, it slows down time. When you counter, it boosts your character's stats. That's the RPG elements I'm talking about. I don't want to have to start allocating stat points or anything of that nature, or I have to find scrolls so I can cast these spells like in Elden Ring. That's not what I want. I'm talking about very, very light RPG mechanics in the vein of Ragnarok 2018, and just a little bit more in depth than Final Fantasy 16 per se. And let's not forget that by having RPG elements, it would actually solve a problem by having one massive game, because by having one massive game, you could have Kratos equip and unequip weapons, right? So just imagine using the Nemean Cestus as the Lion Fist that Kratos gets in the third game. So you're like just wailing on this enemy, right? And then right as about to come in with that third hit, boom, switch into the Barbarian Hammer, slam, summon a couple of ghosts, switch again, you got the chain electrical whips, and doing like this like crazy damage, right? By having the game be RPG, you could have Kratos select up to a maximum of 4 weapons, and have your spells tied to the weapons, like in God of War 3, and have it switch. So, having some light RPG elements, not so crazy. Not so crazy when you think about it. And lastly, topic number 8, which we're going to talk about the gameplay. In a perfect world, what we're going to be getting is an enhanced version of the Greek saga. That's what we're going to be getting when the game releases. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think we're getting a classic God of War remake. I think that we're going to be getting the Norse saga gameplay, at least something close to the Norse saga, or an evolution of the gameplay that is currently being used for the Norse Saga. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this is a remake, so it doesn't have the same budget as a new IP or a sequel. But more importantly is that they already have the assets. God of War Valhalla shows us what the Greek saga would look like if it was done by the Norse team, if it was done with the Norse gameplay setting. And if I was Sony in Santa Monica and I was making a remake, I wouldn't start from the ground up. I would use assets that I already have, which, when you're thinking purely numbers, is the financially sound decision to make. Which is why ultimately I believe this remake is going to be a remake in the truest sense of the word. And those are my thoughts on the God of War Trilogy Remake. Those were 8 things that I thought could, maybe should happen, or I'd like to see. Let me know your comments, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. While you guys are down there, don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe, because it puts a smile on my face. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Let's hit 500 subs.